Number 10, which proportion would you not use to solve for the tree's height of x? So again, here we have a tree and we have a man. They give us their shadows and they give us the height of the man, and what we want to solve for is the height of the tree. So we have to go ahead and set up our proportionality ratios. If you remember when we went over proportionality ratios, we went over shapes and that had to deal with only letters. But here we can also do this. So if I set up my proportionality ratio, I have x corresponds to 5. So x over 5 equals 10 over 4. So that is my proportionality ratio here. So when I come to my answer choices, I should have x diagonal to 4. Do I have that here? Yes, I do. Well, when x is diagonal to 4, I should also have 5 diagonal to 10, and I also have that here. So again, I'm looking for the one that does not solve for the tree's height x. And remember, whenever we're setting up our proportions, we're all going to get something different depending on the way you label things. Again, as long as they are diagonal from each other, it is a correct proportion. So again, looking at B, I should have 5 diagonal to 10, and that is what I have here. When I have that diagonal to each other, I should also have x diagonal to 4. So that is also correct. Here, for letter C, I have 10 diagonal to 5. That's what I have there. And then I should also have 4 diagonal to x, and that's what I have there. So A, B, and C, those are all proportions that we can use to solve for the tree's height. And then we have D. Here I have 4 diagonal to 10. Well, here in my proportionality ratio that I came up with, I have x and 4 diagonal to each other and 5 and 10 diagonal to each other, which means D, we cannot use that to solve for the tree's height, which means D is our answer. Now, if setting up the proportionality ratio confused you a little, you could have also set this up using box and tail. So if I would have set it up using box and tail, I know some of my students were confused whenever we went over proportionality ratios, and setting it up in box and tail helped them. So here we have. I'm gonna do my base, and we have our height. And again, base is just the bottom. And then to keep it more organized a bit further, I'm gonna label as tree, and I'm gonna label this as the man. So the base of my tree was 10. The height of my tree was x. Then the base of my man was 4. And the height of my man was 5. If you notice here, the way I set these two up, I set it up completely different. But I still have 10 diagonal to 5, and I still have 4 diagonal to x. Either way you could have set this up, it was completely up to you on what you felt more comfortable with. But again, D is your answer here.